Owen just smiled and didn't answer. Everyone was curious and waited to see what would happen. 15 minutes passed quickly. Callum stared nervously into the distance, looking completely dazed. Just then, a loud bang suddenly echoed from the west. A gust of wind swept through the yard, and the ground trembled slightly. Salman smiled and pulled out his phone. "I just got a news alert," he said. "Over at Sierra Ridge, someone was illegally quarrying for rocks, which caused a 2.4 magnitude tremor. The police have arrested him." Callum's face went pale, and he froze on the spot. He had only predicted wind and thunder, but Owen had foreseen that the event was man-made and would lead to jail time. He looked up, all the arrogance from before gone, and gave an embarrassed smile. "Mr. Owen, you're incredible. I, Jones, have lost. I'll be leaving this gathering now." With that, he bent down to pick up his runic tablet, turned, and started to leave. "Hold on!" Salman shouted. "Mr. Jones, since you competed, you have to follow the rules." "What rules?" Callum's expression soured. "According to the rules, the winner has the right to take your item, and you have to publicly admit defeat and show respect to Owen from now on." "That's ridiculous. This is just a gathering. You want to take my magic weapon, and you expect me to bow down to someone else? You're dreaming." Callum laughed in fury. He had a fiery temper and couldn't stand the thought of submitting to anyone. Owen raised a hand and took out another rune. He traced a few symbols on it with his finger, then said sharply, "By my command!" A loud crack split the silence. In front of everyone, Callum's runic tablet suddenly broke in two and fell to the ground. "You!" Callum's treasure was destroyed. He was terrified, trembling with rage. Owen said proudly, "If you don't follow the rules, your artifacts get destroyed. Don't bring such garbage to me." Callum's face was ashen. He knew that his own skills were nothing compared to Owen's. He had destroyed his treasure with a single command, and Callum didn't even have the strength to fight back. Glancing at the shattered pieces of his runic tablet on the ground, Callum gritted his teeth and said, "I was foolish and out of my league." After speaking, he didn't even bother to pick up the broken pieces and left with a dark expression on his face. Seeing this, the expressions of everyone present changed. Owen was on another level. People who had been feeling confident just moments ago were now hesitating. Lucas also frowned and whispered something to Wyatt. Immediately afterward, Lucas stood up, waved his hand dismissively, and said, "What's the point of such a boring gathering? Goodbye, everyone." After that, he and Wyatt turned to walk out. Suddenly, 4 burly men in black suits stepped out from the sides, blocking their way. Lucas said angrily, "What are you doing? Mr. Gilmore, why the rush to leave now that you're here?" Owen stepped forward and smiled faintly. "My gathering isn't a place you can just come and go as you please. If you want to leave now, wouldn't that be a violation of the rules?" Lucas snorted coldly. "I'm not a member of your metaphysical circle. It's none of my business who you choose as your leader." Owen replied with a cold sneer. "If you want to go, you can. Just leave something of value behind and admit that I'm worthy of your respect." Lucas had his pride. He was furious at Owen's words and snapped. "What do you mean? Let me handle this, Mr. Finley," Wyatt said in a deep voice, stepping forward. He glared at Owen and warned, "If you dare to try and stop us, don't blame me for what happens next." Seeing Wyatt was about to make a move, everyone present cheered. "Go, Mr. Gilmore! Show this smug practitioner from New York City what we are made of! An outsider thinks he can take over Oris Hill? He's dreaming! Put him in his place! We won't let some outsider run wild here!" Owen smiled coldly and said, "If you're not convinced, you're welcome to try me." Wyatt was furious and threw a punch at Owen. The punch was powerful, and it was clear that Wyatt was no ordinary man. "Is that all you've got?" To everyone else, it was just a blur. One moment, Owen was standing still. The next, he was right in front of Wyatt. He stretched out his hand and slapped an arcane symbol onto Wyatt's forehead. Warnia gasped in surprise. He's so fast. Wyatt froze, stiff as a board, as if he'd been hit by a binding spell. Only his eyes could move, darting around in a panic. "Get down!" As if obeying the order, Wyatt suddenly dropped to the ground, landing on all fours. "Mr. Gilmore!" Lucas gasped, shouting his name. The surrounding crowd looked at each other, completely stunned. With just one move, Wyatt was defeated without even a chance to resist. Just how powerful was this man? Wyatt lay on the ground, furious, but his body wouldn't obey him at all. His mouth moved on its own, angrily spitting out, "You monster! What kind of sorcery is this? With your pathetic little tricks, you still have the nerve to challenge me?" Owen sneered, then suddenly barked, "Now, show me how a dog barks." Wyatt was horrified and desperately tried to shut his mouth, but it wouldn't close. He couldn't even control his own vocal cords as a dry bark escaped his lips. Lucas was so shocked he stumbled back. Wyatt was over 60 years old, yet there he was, on the floor in front of Owen like a dog letting out pathetic barks. It should have been a ridiculous sight, but the room was dead silent. The crowd was horrified. A chill of fear ran down their spines. Owen had defeated 2 masters in a row in less than 10 minutes. How could anyone be this powerful? "The puppet technique," Terry murmured, his face a mask of shock. "This is a technique thought to be lost long ago." As he spoke, a collective gasps went through the room. The puppet technique was passed down from Appalachia. It was originally a secret art passed down from the ancient grave wardens, but it has been lost to time. To be able to witness it with their own eyes was unbelievable. This was all the proof they needed that Owen was on a completely different level, and no one here could possibly match him. Wyatt was still on the ground, his face beet red with shame. He couldn't control his own body, and he wished the ground would just swallow him whole. Owen waved his hand, and Wyatt suddenly went limp, collapsing onto the ground in utter humiliation. "So, Mr. Gilmore, have you had enough?" Salman laughed. Wyatt gritted his teeth so hard that blood seeped from his gums. He muttered bitterly, "I concede." Seeing Wyatt admit defeat, the entire yard fell silent. No one dared to say another word. Then, Owen turned to face Charlie. "You stole my priceless clam the other day," he said. "Now that you've seen my magical powers, are you still going to be so arrogant?" Charlie shrugged. "Those little tricks? You call that power?" Warnia quickly grabbed Charlie's arm. "Just let it go for now," she whispered. "Owen clearly knows what he's doing. Don't get yourself killed over pride." Owen sneered. "You're young and foolish. How dare you even suggest we're on the same level? If you lose, you'll give the pearl back to me and apologize on your knees." Charlie smiled faintly. "A competition? What makes you think you're worthy of challenging me?" The color drained from everyone's faces. This kid was talking crazy. Did he have a death wish? The courtyard was deathly quiet. Warnia shot up from her seat in shock. The moment Charlie spoke those words, she knew there was no turning back. Owen was even more furious now. He walked slowly toward Charlie until he was right in front of him. "I've met a lot of people in my life," he said, "but none who were so obviously begging to die." Charlie smiled. "We'll see who's left standing." Owen's eyes turned cold, a murderous look on his face. He was about to make his move. Just then, a group of people burst through the door, looking for a fight. The leader was Stephen Knox. He saw Charlie and immediately yelled, "Charlie, you charlatan! Pretending to be some mystic to fool my uncle! You conned my family, stole our money, and used it at the auction for yourself! It took Master Owen to see right through your scam. You better hand over everything you stole, or the Knox family will make you pay!" Just as he finished shouting, Christian and Skylar walked in through the door. They heard Stephen's outburst, but were too late to stop him, and an awkward silence fell over them. Charlie gave him a casual glance, but didn't say a word. Still, that look sent a chill down Christian's spine, filling him with dread. He yelled at Stephen, and then turned to Charlie with a forced smile. "Mr. Wade, here's what happened." Christian didn't dare hide anything and explained the whole situation. When Charlie finished listening, he just frowned slightly and said coldly, "It was over $100 million. If you're having second thoughts, I can refund the money to you anytime." "Oh, Mr. Wade, please don't say that. How could I dare ask for a refund? The truth is, I came here today because I've admired Master Wade's reputation for a long time and wanted to see your skills for myself." Christian couldn't tell if Charlie was the real deal or a total fraud, but he was a smart man and wasn't about to burn any bridges just yet. Even though he was flattering him, he was still hesitant. He figured he couldn't gauge Charlie's abilities on his own, so he might as well let Owen test him. If Charlie showed his true colors in front of Owen, then Christian would have no problem getting his money back, and then some. So he turned to Charlie and the others with a polite but dismissive smile. "Well, I won't disturb Master Wade any longer. We can talk about this later. You all seem busy with important matters, so I'll stay out of your way." Stephen looked like he was about to say something angry, but Christian shot him a fierce glare, and he immediately shut his mouth. When Owen saw this, he smiled at Christian and said, "You've come at the right time. I know the Knox family has been having some trouble lately, and Charlie here seems to be involved. I'll test him today, and while I'm at it, solve your family's problems for you. Charlie, if you dare to compete with me, not only will you die today, but after you're gone, I'll make sure to destroy everything you care about." Charlie frowned and said with a sneer, "If you're so eager to die, then I'll be happy to grant your wish."
Wait, that's not the end. You've just had a free taste. Now get the full story on the Pocket FM app, link in description. Check out our next video and playlist, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.